All right, I'm Nick. This is the third time we've been out here today. Jack is gone for the day. This is the Daniel Defense PCC. I was so excited about this. The morning started off interesting, though. We are able to acquire this from a gentleman used. He only put 10 rounds through it, okay? So we got a great price. Worked out wonderful. We slapped an EOTech on there. You can see the malfunctions that we had right here. Now, while reviewing the footage, I slowed it down and I noticed that the 115 grain round was actually hitting right here on this EOTech, and maybe you can see the color differential. And you can see in this slow motion clip, the ammo hit the EOTech and went back into the gun and caused a malfunction. We thought we were just having issues with 115 grain because we shot 124 grain. We shot 147 grain. We had no problems. The only times that we were having a malfunction was with the 115 grain. So I was a little frustrated about it. We filmed a bunch of stuff. We shot it. We got the 115 grain to run a little bit better, but it just would have a malfunction for no reason. And then we found it in that video. Okay, so I slapped an aim point on there. Look at the condensation on this gun. This is what happens when you have a gun in the air conditioner here in Florida. It's so humid. It's actually one of the reasons I don't like a red dot. Now, I know you don't look to the dot anyways, you know, blah, blah, blah. I get that. I still don't like the idea of my stuff being fogged up all the time. This stuff needs to thaw out. This aim point T2 is in a spur mount with the magnifier. This is a sweet setup. This does not live on this gun. We're going to take the magnifier off for the sake of the video. I just mounted it on there. It is a sweet setup if you aren't familiar with this. That lives on an AR. Still fogged up. The 0 is not for this weapon system, but we are going to see if the gun will run now. Pretty stiff. Buddy, it has been a day. It has been a day. Hopefully it runs without issue. Wow. Okay, now we are actually getting an ejection. When we were shooting 115 grain, remember it's ejecting so fast, it seemed like it was just struggling to eject the casing. It was just kind of flipping out of there. Actually, I had a video where I caught the casing. I was catching the casings bouncing off my chest. I still can't see much because we're fogged up. Let's get her back on safe. Let's try to get this lens cleaned off for now. Remember, this is zeroed for a 11.5-inch AR. Man, that thing is ejecting really, really good now. Listen, I was so excited about this, okay? I wanted this when it was first released. I own a bunch of Daniel Defense products, okay? AR-15, AR-10, bolt gun. I'm not a Daniel Defense fanboy, but if you spend the money, they really do make a quality product, and in my experience, they stand behind it, okay? So I was excited about this. It cost a lot of money. I wanted to compare it to the St. Victor. I couldn't find one locally, and Jack found a guy selling one used online. So boom, we bought it, okay? It was brand new, had 10 rounds through it. So far today, we've already put 300 rounds through it. I talked about my initial time shooting it earlier in a video, and man, I said it is much more pleasant to shoot than the St. Victor. I like the longer barrel because you're not squished up in here. You got room out in front. Man, that thing will send some brass flying now. I was reviewing the video and I saw it and I was like, man, that's crazy. So here we are. We're out here shooting it again. It is just a blast to shoot. We put up some more steel targets. We had a whole box of steel targets in the garage. So we came out, we put them up here in a different spot just so we had a little bit different area to film. Jack's not with me now, so we can't move the camera. Initial thoughts, yes, this thing cost, right now I think you can get them on Gunbroker for like $1,600. That is a lot of money, no doubt about it. However, reliability is important to me, okay? I was really upset. I thought the optic was causing the issue, but now I know it's not. Let's put this thing down. It's on safe. Let's clean this magnifier off, and let's let's shoot. It's just so fogged up. Let's shoot this bad boy with the magnifier. Okay, what I talked about earlier, I talked about a lot of stuff today, okay? The ambi controls, man, this is a nice lower. One thing I complained about earlier was that there was no brass deflector. But, man, if it's ejecting that ammo out in front of me, that's really, really nice. I don't like that there's no forward assist. That's just a personal opinion. I like the ability to, you know, in case anything did happen, just slap that forward assist and call it a day. Okay, I'm a big fan of this magnifier setup. I do not like the safety selector on this. I will definitely put a Radian safety here if I decide to keep it, and I will change out the Daniel Defense grip. I like the Daniel Defense stocks that come on their rifles, but I'm just not the biggest fan of this grip. It's just a personal thing. Radian 45 right there. This will be awesome. If you're not familiar with this setup, I'm left-handed, so I can still run the charging handle here, and I can roll the 3x magnifier up and roll it back down. I like that setup a lot. I'd actually have to probably move it back a little bit more for this gun, but it doesn't actually live on this gun. That was just something I did. You put this in your little pouch if you want to, and you have a magnifier you can just clip on. Tell you what, for that optic not being zero for this gun, those are about 12, 13 yards away, and those are a little over 20. 8-inch plates. This thing is crushing it. Okay, I bought this one of the reasons I wanted to compare it to the St. Victor. We will do an in-depth comparison. I will tell you right now, this gun is way smoother than the St. Victor. Recoil impulse, you name it, much better. Okay, fantastic system. I'm excited to keep shooting more. Okay, we'll edit all this video. I'll splice a bunch of stuff together. I'll let know your guys' thoughts. So go down there, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. Too much money, worth the extra money, and we'll keep shooting it. We'll go into some more details. Okay, thanks for watching.